Today we're going over Reddit hot takes. Let's jump into it.
This one isn't a Reddit hot take, but I was just perusing Rotten Tomatoes, and I saw that the Smashing Machine, everyone was talking about how it debuted at 100%, and it's as at the time of filming, it went down to 82%. Shout out Safety Bros. We're excited for the Smashing Machine. And look, I'm like, what the heck happened? How did it go down to 82% for critic? And so I look, and you know how it'll like show all the different reviews from the critics. This guy's was the only rotten review in like a sea of tomatoes, right? And so I look into it, and I'm not going to give this guy's name just because I don't want to, actually call him out, but he says the Smashing Machine is a definite showcase for Johnson. The character he portrays, Mark Kerr, was a groundbreaking mixed martial arts fighter, but in execution, the result feels more like a decent 80s TV movie or an unnecessary reworking of The Wrestler. This guy, all right, he gave Better Man a B+. He says, this is a gem that fans of Williams, musicals, and balls-out cinema will discover and delight in for many years to come. But he gave The Smashing Machine, directed by Ben Safdie, a C. And that pissed me off because I know this movie's gonna be a 10 out of 10.
Here's the thing: we haven't seen the movie, bro. We can't say that yet. The thing is this movie's gonna be great.
Shout out Safety Bros.
Shout out Safety Bros. I love the Safety Bros as much as the next guy. But we haven't seen this movie. You haven't even seen Better Man. That movie.
No, I can tell you Better Man sucks. All right.
We don't know. You haven't.
So
seen it.
It's got an 89. I mean.
Well, yeah, it's got an 89 because it's just a bunch of British people. Oh my gosh, I love the person. I love Robbie Williams.
Yeah, look, as much as we dislike it, the British can have an opinion. That's okay.
This movie shouldn't have released in the States. All right. Robbie Williams never broke through in the United States. It was a failed career in the U.S.
But again, you don't know.
It's gonna be great.
You don't know.
It's gonna be great. All right, guys, it's gonna be great. And gosh, dang, don't cut this out. Don't cut this out. I want you both.
This is the most entertaining part. I don't know why we would cut this.
When this movie is a 10 out of 10, I'm going to continually hold this against you guys that you guys doubted it.
I don't doubt it.
Oh, we didn't see it. We didn't see it. I don't care if you haven't.
I'm saying
we haven't seen it. We don't know this.
You haven't seen either of these movies. Relax.
I know Better Man sucks. Can we play
that
part from the trailer where he's like coming out of the hotel room into a dance number? It was the only thing playing on YouTube in the ads for like a solid month. It stuck in my head. I fetching hated it. All right. I don't care about Robbie Williams.
I've got YouTube Premium. I ain't dealing with them ads.
For the next 3 hours. Your asses are mine, and then just play some like mid-ass music, dude. Robbie Williams, you suck. Better Man sucks.
Brother, it's got an 89%
I don't care
on
if
Rotten Tomatoes.
Bro, Fetching Paddington has 100%.
Hey, take it easy on Paddington.
You finish it?
Paddington 2 is a gem.
You watched it all the way through? Was
Paddington
it good?
2 is a great movie.
Paddington is kind of good.
Leonardo DiCaprio is a decent actor, but would not even be amongst the first 30 actors I would have considered for any role that he's landed in the last 15 to 20 years.
I can kind of see what he's trying to say, because if you think about especially some of his earlier roles, Leo is not like anything super impressive.
Like what?
I mean, Catch Me If You Can, like the Tom Hanks movie. He's just kind of a normal dude. I mean, even Jack in Titanic, kind of feel like that could have been played by any of the hot shots back in the 90s.
I agree.
But nowadays, I don't know how you can say that. I mean, just...
Even in Inception, he's great.
But what was the last Martin Scorsese movie he was in?
Was it Killers of the Flower Moon?
Killers of the Flower Moon, yeah. He's incredible in that movie. Like, he's got... I can't see anybody else playing that role. So... Yeah. That is a pretty wild take.
And you're a DiCaprio hater.
I don't like DiCaprio as a person, but that's totally different than me acknowledging he's a good actor. There's plenty of actors that I can't stand, but
makes sense.
You gotta throw some respect on Leo.
You guys ready for my next hot take?
Let's hear it.
Yep.
All right, Robin Williams was a better serious actor than he was a comedian. I think he was a fantastic actor and one of the most sanctimonious and tawdry comics ever. If he's talking about his comedy, I can't really.
It's okay if you can be good at both things. That you can be good at being a serious actor and a comedic actor.
But if you're talking about every time that he's being silly on screen, I think he does a great job being the funny guy. Like Mrs. Doubtfire.
What is he saying? He's saying that...
I think he's talking about his comedy specials, which I can be honest, I've never seen.
I haven't seen those either, but what does that have to do with him acting in a movie?
I don't know.
Well, Robin Williams as a person, I always associate with somebody who just wants to make people smile.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's not a people pleaser in the negative connotation, in the negative sense, but he is a people pleaser. It felt like everything he did was to put a smile on people's faces. And so, I mean, if this take is based off of just his comedic prowess in his movies, I harshly disagree with it. But if it has to do with, you were saying, his comedy career, I have no horse in that race. I was on my daddy's balls still, so I wasn't there for it. So
You want to see my favorite hot take from this?
let's hear it.
All right. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull
No.
is a great movie and better than the Temple of Doom.
All right.
It's one of the craziest. I think Temple of Doom is probably my favorite one.
Okay, but
I like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I like it, but I don't think it's the greatest Indiana Jones movie.
It feels like a parody of Indiana Jones, is what it feels
Yeah.
like. Like when you're watching it and you watch the first three, they have the same feeling. Well, number 2 does feel a little weird. 1 and 3 have the same vibe. And then 2, it's a great movie, but it is a little different. But then you have the 4th one, and it feels like a parody of the first 3.
I can see that.
yeah, that's a dumb take.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's better.
Not even a hot take. That's just a bad take.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna find very many people agreeing with this one.
You know what? I got a news flash for you. This is Reddit bad takes, baby.
You agree with this? You're on board with this guy.
Well,
you think it's better than Temple of Doom?
No. I like Kingdom of the Crystal
Doom-
Skull. I'll put it on.
I'll just say this: Temple of Doom is like not on the same level as Raiders or The Last Crusade.
And I can see where you're saying that and why you're saying that. I like the second
I
movie.
love all three.
Yeah, I do
I
too.
think all three are great movies, but
I do too.
But to say that Temple of Doom isn't like a kind of silly movie, it is a silly movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's cheesy. It's
Like
which
when
is
he's,
a
like,
lot of what
Taking the dude's
Crystal-
heart out.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's what's fun about it. I mean,
Eating snakes.
Eating snakes.
Yeah, there's a lot of goofy stuff in it, but that doesn't mean it's worse.
We're in
Yeah.
agreement that it's better than the Dial of Destiny or whatever.
you guys ready for my next one?
Let's go.
Okay, Rocky 4 is really bad. Only better than 5. And Oz might agree with that, so that's why I wanted to put that one out there. I love 4. It is like a really long 80s music
Okay.
video, but I love that.
Okay, I'm gonna piss off Brett. This is Rocky 4. You know, it's a great American story. You know what? You love America after you finish watching that movie.
Oh, yeah.
But to pretend like it's as good as Rocky 1, 2, or 3, come on. It is a different. When Sylvester Stallone himself releases his own cut of the movie,
Wait, that happened?
yeah, there's a Rocky 4 Sly cut. I forget what it's called. I'll put it on the screen. But
No way.
so and it gets rid of all of the crazy, weird,
Zany.
poly
Like-
robot sex stuff. It gets rid of. I'm pretty sure Polly has sex with a robot in that movie, and then there's all the montages. Just kind of it is a cheese fest. It's an '80s movie to the max.
And you know what? I will say this: that dance number or the music number that freaking Apollo Creed comes out to.
That's still in the Sly cut.
Oh, it's still okay.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
And was that song original, like for this movie?
have no idea,
I think
probably.
it is.
Okay, last one from this guy.
All right.
With exception of Baraka, Deadpool Origins was a great movie.
No,
That's
bad.
crazy.
That's a bad movie all the way through. You have crappy CGI, crappy claws. I hate bone claws, and they're introduced in this movie. It's a dumb movie. That's a bad take. Baraka's far from the worst thing in that movie.
Yeah, I don't know why
Baraka
that's like the
Pool.
only thing he brings up.
Yeah, no.
Um,
Dave, thoughts? You love Origins Wolverine.
Dude, I don't.
He loves it.
No, I don't.
Brother,
When
you
have
don't
I
have to-
ever
you don't
said
have
I
to
liked
pretend
it?
to be cool.
When I've
Dave, you can like.
You can like.
Okay, all right, listen, those at home, they are trying to gaslight me live. I don't like the movie.
Okay.
All right, this guy right here, he's fun. He says Jack Nicholson was a much better Joker than Heath Ledger. Can you believe that? What are you even on?
Some people are like that, though. Some people, like, worship whatever Batman they grew up with. Like, there are people who, like, worship the freaking, what's the 60s Batman? Adam West Batman. People worship what was the Caesar Romero? They worship that Joker.
Very
Every Joker's got its fans, except for Jared Leto.
I'll say this, though, and I might catch flack for this one. Every single Joker we've gotten has been a different version of the Joker, and I don't think we can compare them to an extent. I think we can fairly compare them to an extent, but past that, you're getting much different Jokers. So Jared Leto's Joker probably being closer to the bottom. His is a more gangster, gang-banging Joker, but then you go to Cesar Romero, who's like very classic comic book, and then you jump all the way to Heath Ledger, who is a total anarchist, and then you go to Jack Nicholson, who I would say is kind of like Cesar Romero plus.
I don't even think Jack Nicholson's Joker was even based on the Joker. That's the problem that I have with that movie, is it feels so, all the characters just don't match what they're supposed to. And that's what bothers me about that movie. I like it on its own, but when you look at it from an actual Batman perspective, it just has nothing to do with Batman. Even Bruce Wayne loses his mind at one point. It's like, Bruce Wayne doesn't do that. He just is there to like be a playboy.
Let's get nuts. Yeah, that scene is crazy.
Yeah. Every Joker's got its fan.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what? I'll go out. This is my hot take. You guys ready for this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Jack Nicholson is my least favorite Joker.
That is a pretty hot take.
Including Jared Leto. There you go. Got it on tape.
Wow. Yeah.
All right. My turn? Mm-hmm. My turn. All right.
Oh boy, I see what's her face, and I go, oh yeah,
Grace Randolph.
All right, fetch you, Grace Randolph. If we're going to war with anybody, it's you. Fetch you. You're the worst. Come at us.
All right, so this one I pulled directly from the Snyderverse subreddit.
Okay.
Because, full disclaimer, I enjoy the Snyderverse movies, and I was invested in them.
I don't think there's a single one that I'm like, I like it.
I liked them. I liked them. That being said, I think the people who are just so anti-James Gunn they just need to shut up. So this lady it was a little snippet of a video that she had that was posted to Reddit, and it was talking about the shrinkage of the DC fandom and why the Gunniverse can't defeat the Snyderverse. And she's talking about how the sequel to Superman 2025 that just got announced a couple days ago has no hype and there's no information about it. And I'm like, that has got to be the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Like a movie that just got announced, oh, there's no information. There's not gonna be any. It's still in pre-production. Like what are you on about? Like,
find me a more brain dead person than Grace Randolph.
Yeah, no, like the entire video, I'm just like, she just like,
look, there is nothing going on behind those eyes.
She doesn't see the comments on these pictures that were posted at all, and she sees like silver hair and is like, oh my gosh, there's no information about this movie that just got announced. What are we gonna do? The hype is dead. There's too much James Gunn. And it's like, just shut up.
Okay. We care because we know. We're keeping up with all of the news. You go talk to my mom and say, hey, are you excited for the new Superman movie? Of course she's not gonna know. She's not gonna know until she sits down in a movie theater and she sees the trailer.
Exactly.
And then she'll decide, oh yes, I'm looking forward to that movie. She's not gonna care that James Gunn sent out a tweet. It's just not gonna happen, Grace. You dumb idiot.
Grace, by the way, if you want to be on the show and we can debate this, I'd be more than happy
Grace
to.
Randolph, you're not worth our time. We have 53 subs. You're not worth our time. I don't want your audience. Fetch you. What's the next take?
All right, next take is about my beloved, the Batman.
Okay.
First up, this guy says, the movie sucked. Pacing was bad. Zoe calling Batman Vengeance was cringe. There were camera shots of random things for apparently no reason. The first hour of this movie was good, then it literally became the worst movie I've ever seen.
What does that even mean? There were camera shots of random things for no reason?
This guy must like fast-paced Marvel movies or something like that.
I mean, I like fast-paced Marvel movies. I don't know what this guy's talking about.
Well, here's some comments. Thank goodness someone agrees it's bad. Everyone has been praising it. The critics The majority, I feel kind of left out and confused, LOL. And then a final comment and peek of like, wow, these people are just brain dead. Haha, I thought I was going crazy, but I'm glad I'm not alone. Your comment is hilarious. This whole movie made me cringe, especially Paul Dano speaking directly into the camera at the end, trying to act crazy. And even more cringe, every time Gordon pretended to be Murtaugh. Is that from the Westworld?
No, that's from Lethal Weapon, I think.
Okay, every time he pretended to be Murtaugh.
Kind of racist.
An hour or so in, I thought I was being tricked and this was a parody. The editor of this film should be slapped. All three of these people are just some of the stupidest people I've ever seen. I'm gonna keep recommending it to these guys next to me. I want to do a breakdown of The Batman is the best Batman movie, and I will throw down in the comments personally. I will fight these two right next to me.
Dave, I think any other one you could have brought up, I would have fought you on. The Batman's the only one that I will even allow you to like say is better than The Dark Knight, even though I disagree with you. I think it's the only one that even comes close to The Dark Knight, so I'll give you that.
Thank you, brother.
Batman Begins comes close
okay.
to The Dark Knight. It's better than The Batman. There are some points that this guy makes that I do kind of agree with. Zoe Kravitz, Catwoman, I think is very cringe. I think she sucks. She is by far the worst part of that movie.
Okay, I could see that.
I can't stand her. And then the first hour of this movie was good. Then it literally becomes... That's a very hot way of saying that the first hour was better than the other 2 hours, which I do kind of agree with. I think that the last 30 minutes of The Batman, it does drag a lot. And I think the ending could have ended, when the lady's going up in the helicopter and she holds on to Batman and Batman like looks at her, and that's like when Batman realizes like, oh, I'm like a symbol for these people, and that's like end it right there. But then it keeps going for like another 15 minutes and I'm like, okay, come on. I hate the Batman riding off in the sunset with Catwoman going to what's the Bloodhaven. Dick Grayson, is that where he's at? Yeah, all that I'm like, okay, cut all that. I'm tired of it. I don't care about Catwoman. So I get there are points this guy's making that I can kind of get behind, but he's being very dramatic.
I don't know, man. This guy's just upset that the movie wasn't Batman Begins, I guess. Maybe you guys can, go out back and discuss Batman Begins together.
I like the Batman. You're mad that I critiqued the Batman a little bit?
You slandered the Batman.
No.
Everything you said made me physically hurt inside. I fetch and love the Batman, and I want to do a breakdown of it. Fetch and love that movie.
I'm glad you love it.
I hate these takes, though. These people don't know good cinema when it's right
They
in
don't
front
know
of
how
them.
to spell or put a cohesive sentence together either.
There was camera shots.
Yeah, what does that even mean?
All right.
This one is more of a question. I wanted to get your guys' take because I have an opinion. Is it rude to be on your phone during the trailers/previews?
Yes.
No.
Obviously, no one should be on their phones when the movie is playing, but what about during the trailers? I've been taking advantage of, you could tell this is a long time ago, I've been taking advantage of MoviePass in the past week and have seen almost all the previews, so I was on my phone doing my own business. Then someone next to me asked, are you going to be on your phone the entire time? Can you move? The actual movie hadn't started, and the theater had assigned seating, so I didn't want to move because I didn't want to take another person's seating. I told him, no, I will put it away. What do you think? I understand that he doesn't want to sit next to a person who is going to be on his phone the entire time, and I wouldn't either, but the movie hasn't actually started. Thoughts?
Frankly, I don't know very many people that actually care about the trailers.
Yeah.
But you could just wait outside. So I guess, I don't know. I don't think it's rude. I wouldn't be annoyed if anybody was watching something on their phone while the trailers were going.
My take is when the lights dim, I think your phone should go away. Because like people being on their phone, it does kind of stick out, whether you want to see the previews or not. Like I agree with you where it's like I don't really care, but at the same time I'm like the lights off, dude. Just put your phone away.
But why?
Because the light's off, it sticks out to everybody else in the theater. Just because you don't care about the previews doesn't mean people behind you.
Completely agree with Dave. And I brought this up because this man plays Pokemon Go during the trailers.
Every time.
And we need to call him out. We need to stop this behavior. And I'll give him credit.
This is the first that he has even said anything to me about it. I was unaware.
I was unaware too.
This is a total thrashing on screen that I was not prepared for because nobody has told me this before.
Well, now you are, pal, on camera forever.
I haven't even noticed you on your phone when we've gone to the movies together.
Because I'm usually like this.
Maybe it doesn't bother me because you're right next to me. If you were in front of me or like a couple rows in front of me and you had your phone out and it wasn't down like that, probably annoy me. But it sounds like you do have some level of care because you keep it low.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you do care about the people behind you. Don't let this grumpy old man hit you to your head.
If I thought it was that big of a deal, I wouldn't have brought it up in this video. I was looking up hot takes, and then I saw that one, and I said, wait, Jay plays Pokemon Go during the movie?
No.
Or not during the movie, during the trailers.
I never have my phone out during the movie.
Yeah, no, Jay is very good about that. As soon as the trailers stop, he puts the phone away. So that's why I wanted to bring it up. I needed to get everybody's take on this. Is it okay to be on your phone during the trailers? Let us know in the comments. I say no, he says no, Jay says yes, it's okay. So let us know. All right, next take. Hot take, stop blaming The Last Jedi. The Force Awakens was what really derailed the sequel trilogy. After The Rise of Skywalker came out, many fans, like myself, were left disappointed, but a lot of people blamed The Last Jedi as a film that derailed the whole trilogy for several reasons. Luke was a hermit, Finn was sidelined, Rey was a nobody, Snoke was killed off. But in my opinion, most of these problems were really the fault of The Force Awakens.
Frankly, I kind of agree. Because you literally have all of the character arcs from the characters from the original trilogy just completely undone. Like, Leia's back to where she was, Han was back to where he was.
Yeah, he kind of breaks it down into multiple things. So people complain about Luke being a hermit, but Rian Johnson, they blame Rian Johnson for Luke being a hermit, but JJ was the one that set that up. He's the one that set up him being on an island, left alone. So there's that.
Not necessarily. We don't know that he was alone before that. We just know that he's on an island somewhere.
Yeah, so Rian Johnson ran with it, so we don't agree with that take. Finn was sidelined. First off, what do people even mean by sidelined? Basically, most people I've asked basically just think Finn should have been a Jedi and led a Stormtrooper rebellion.
Yeah, I agree. That would have been sick. That's where I would have wanted that to go.
Yeah, that's another thing that does kind of bother me that we didn't bring up in our tier list is imagine Finn actually dies at the end of The Last Jedi. A Stormtrooper is a martyr for the rebellion. Like, a Stormtrooper, imagine, like, dealing with that in The Rise of Skywalker. You have all these Stormtroopers inside of the Stormtrooper army. They're like, man, FN 2187, he killed himself to save the rebels, and it starts an insurrection amongst the Stormtroopers. Like, how cool would that have been?
So cool.
If, like, a Stormtrooper was a martyr for the rebellion.
I would have loved that.
That would have been badass.
That would have been awesome.
Rian Johnson fetched that up. I'll give him that. Finn was done very dirty, so that was not JJ's fault. Finn had a very cool story.
Yeah.
And even at the beginning of The Last Jedi, he's back to being a coward. It's like,
yeah.
No, at the end of The Force Awakens, he's a badass.
That's what bothered me.
Kylo Ren. He gets his back sliced open.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
He's staying real quiet here.
He has the best arc of any of the characters in The Force Awakens.
I'm trying to resist the urge to go on my rant about The Last Jedi right now.
I mean, that's what this is all about, so
yeah.
Feel free.
All right.
You have stuff about those two things? Let's stay on topic, because this guy gets into it.
No, it's just about this take altogether.
Can we go back to the thing with Luke really quick?
Luke being a hermit?
If you had given him a reason to be there, that could have been played so well. If there's here's why I've been on this island by myself all this time. I had to be here for holding this certain thing back, and
yeah, we all had theories.
It would have been so cool. You could have done that well.
Yeah.
That's not JJ's fault. Okay.
All right, keep going, and then once we're done.
Rey was a nobody, okay, but what else was she supposed to be? JJ gave zero hints to it being anyone important. In fact, you could argue that they could have been setting her up as a nobody from the very start. Daisy Ridley kind of confirmed this.
Let me just put this out there. I liked that she was nobody. That's one aspect that I was like, that's cool. Yeah, she is just this random nobody, and I love that.
Yeah. All right, next one. Snoke was killed off with no explanation as to who his character is and why he's important. That's thing people complain about. He says, "This was actually mostly on The Last Jedi, but I'm still going to blame The Force Awakens for giving Johnson next to nothing for what to do with the character. JJ likes mystery boxes, and he probably thought that leaving Snoke shrouded in mystery would make the character more intriguing than actually explaining who he is and why he's important to the first movie."
And he was right.
Yeah.
You don't need to explain everything. I hate people that need everything explained to them. You can let people theorize things. That's fun.
You had this guy who goes by Supreme Leader Snoke, who looks all fetched up. I remember we saw him in the trailers, and we're like, what the fetch happened to his head? And he can use the fetching force through a hologram.
And genuinely, how much do you actually know about Palpatine in the original trilogy? How much do you actually know? You don't even know his name. You just know him as the Emperor, right?
Yep.
And he's so cool for it. We don't need to have everything answered. Bottom line, this trend of needing every single question that a fan could have answered needs to die. That's what makes these movies fun. You're like, oh, this is my theory on it. And it's like, oh, that's a good theory. I think that's cool. That's now what I'm going to go with when I'm watching the movie. Because that's fun to do. That's what makes these movies fun. You got to quit taking the fun out of these movies, or else that's how you end up with Rise of Skywalker.
You got it.
Thank you.
So this guy says, in conclusion, a lot of the controversial choices that Rian Johnson made in writing The Last Jedi start to make perfect sense as natural evolutions of the story once you take into account what he was given by J.J. Abrams. Moral of the story, have a plan and don't hire a Trekkie.
That's the only thing I'll agree with him on.
Having a plan?
Yeah, not the don't hire a Trekkie. I don't think JJ intentionally derailed anything. I think those Star Trek movies, I like them. I don't think they're bad. But I also didn't grow up with Star Trek, and I didn't watch the TV shows and stuff, so I know that people who are like really big Trekkies hate those movies.
Because they're Star Wars movies. That's why they're mad.
That's why I like them.
Yeah.
Because they're Star Wars movies.
What?
That's a dumb thing to say at the end when it's on record that J.J. Abrams was a Star Wars fan before he was a Star Trek fan. He knew close to nothing about Star Trek before this.
We're going to shift the perspective here a little bit. JJ, it's not JJ's fault. It's not Rian Johnson's fault. Rian Johnson is responsible for the writing of The Last Jedi. My problem solely lies with Lucasfilms and Disney not having a plan like what he said. Not having a plan over the course of the 3 movies is what gave us The Last Jedi. So you have JJ setting things up. Regardless of what Kylo runs, it doesn't matter. There's definite setups. Whether you like it or not, the ball was teed. All right? And then the movie gets handed over to Rian Johnson. The problem is there was no outline. There was no direction to take these characters past that movie. And so Rian Johnson, being this pretentious little guy who's, I want to subvert expectations. Rian Johnson, you did a great job with Knives Out. I fetching loved that movie. He took everything that he was trying to do. He did everything he was trying to do with The Last Jedi and actually channeled it into an original movie, and it fetching slapped. It was great. It was fetching great. But it doesn't work with Star Wars. That's all The Last Jedi is. The Last Jedi is Rian Johnson just saying, I'm just going to piss people off. I'm going to go left with it. He didn't even try. He intentionally takes things. Sure, Luke's on this island and he's a hermit again, and you don't want him to be a hermit again. The mystery is, why is he on the island again? Well, then we find out why.
It's an awful reason.
Yeah. The movie sets its tone perfectly with that opening scene of him getting his lightsaber and staring at it and then fetching throwing it. That's Rian Johnson being given.
Anytime I start thinking, oh, maybe The Last Jedi is good, I remember that and I go, oh, wait, no, it's not.
Yeah.
It treated us like we were idiots from the start.
Yeah.
It didn't respect anybody.
No. Rian Johnson intentionally went. he took.
What if I just do that in the videos whenever Dave makes a good point?
Rian Johnson intentionally took every teed up point, whether it was good or not, whether we liked it or not. He took them and he intentionally derailed it.
Jay, you agree with that?
And what we are left in the end, the aftermath of The Last Jedi, is nothing.
I agree. But what I disagree with is saying that you need a set plan throughout it. You cannot convince me that George Lucas knew that half the stuff that he came up with when he was filming the original trilogy. I don't think he had any intention of Darth Vader being Luke's dad. I don't think he had any intention of Luke and Leia being siblings. I don't think that was the thing. He's a great idea guy, might I add. That's why I think the prequels flop as hard as they do, is because he's great at ideas.
I'm not defending JJ at this point. I'm just defending the movie. And I hate what Rian Johnson did, and I don't know.
I'll die on that hill. I think Force Awakens is a good movie. Sue me. I think it is a good movie, and I will stand on that hill. That's the one that I will stand on. I like The Force Awakens. I will go back and rewatch The Force Awakens. It's a good movie. Last Jedi sucks.
You guys got anything more to say about The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens?
No, we covered most of it in our tier list video.
I agree. All right, folks. That's what we got for our Reddit hot takes. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. If you agree with some of these hot takes. Peace. Burn in hell, Grace Randolph.